Shraddha is faith, and faith here is that there is higher reality. Number one, that Bhagwan exists, Astikya Buddhi. Because it is not perceptible through the senses, through the eyes, through the ears, nose, tongue, smell, skin, not felt by the mind, not thought by the intellect. What is that higher reality? So it exists. There is an existence of a higher truth. There are existence, so Shraddha is in that, number one. Shraddha is in the scripture, in the Veda, that what is written in the Veda is true. That if you do this sacrifice, this will be the result. For karma, the karma phala is given there. So if we do the Vishwajit sacrifice properly, it will lead to the heavens. So the existence of heavens, that the soul continues to live after that, and the soul goes there, experiences the karma phala. In all that Shraddha is required. It is not tangible. And don't we see that in today's world? Who has seen what is going to happen after life? Nobody has come back and told us. How do we believe? Prove all this to us. Everything can't be proved at the gross level. We have to lift ourselves to the subtle level. And enough people have come back and told it. The people who want to believe, they will understand. Those who don't want to believe will use this flimsy reasoning. So many people who have had no background of spirituality, who have had near-death experiences, they have come back and explained what they have gone through. And that is not fiction. This Dr. Raymond Moody, he did that research. When Gurudev was there, that time only he already did. He was like maybe 20, 30 years back. Not much before that. Gurudev's Samadhi 25 years have happened. Maybe 40 years back. More than 2,500 cases of near-death experiences he has documented. That is only one man. There are so many others who have done research. And he has gone and met all of them. And based on them, he has brought out a film called Life After Life. Based on them, he has brought out a book also called Life After Life. That what happens after we drop the body. They will say everything. How the soul departs from the body, what the soul feels, and there's some light at the end of the tunnel one has to pass through. All that he will write there. Which if it is there in our Garuda Puran, nobody will believe. But which this person has done the research. So the Shraddha is there. The Shastra also is not written just by imagination of some rishis. It is a revelation of the truth. So Shraddha in the Shastra, Shraddha in Ishvara, Astikya Buddhi. You know the definition of an atheist in our Sanatana Dharma. Who is an atheist? So one who does not believe in God and who does not believe in the Veda, both, that person is called atheistic atheist. Nastik, Nastik. So Charvaka philosophy is the example of that. Neither believes in scripture, Veda, nor believes in God. Buddhism also comes under that category. Does not believe in Ishvara, does not believe in Veda. Then there is those who believe in God but don't believe in the Veda. So there are different philosophies which get classified like that. They believe in God but they will not believe in the Veda. Jainism is one philosophy which is like that. They will believe in the existence of a reality but no belief in Veda. Then there is believe in Veda but not in God. So they will interpret those mantras of the Veda also in a very different way. I have to find out exactly which one is that. And then those who believe in Veda and who believe in God. Now in this, what is very important is, if I believe properly in the Veda, I will come to understand the existence of God because Veda reveals that. So those who believe in the Veda does not believe in existence of God, they use the Veda only for some living, day-to-day living, some dharma in living, or some, because Veda has knowledge of everything. There is art and dance and music and all that. So they will use that much part of the Veda. So here it is that he has Shraddha in both. And he is filled with Shraddha, meaning he knows that what the Shastra has written is true. That if you do this sacrifice in this way, you renounce everything that you have, then what will happen? You will attain these worlds. And the father was doing the sacrifice for that. Ushan Havai. He had desire to experience enjoyment in the higher planes of consciousness. So all the more Nachiketa's mind is filled with Shraddha. Akhandanandaji Maharaj has written something nice, so I want to quote that part for you here. So he says here that जैसे वस्त्र के बिना शरीर नंगा होता है वैसे ही श्रद्धा के बिना हृदय नंगा होता है. श्रद्धा हृदय मंदिर की देवी है. श्रद्धा होने पर ही मनुष्य किसी को अपने से श्रेष्ठ स्वीकार करता है. जीवन में गुरु, शास्त्र, संत और धर्म के प्रति श्रद्धा अवश्य होनी चाहिए. वेद में एक श्रद्धा सूक्त ही है. प्रातः श्रद्धा अवश्य होनी चाहिए. वेद में एक श्रद्धा सूक्त ही है. प्रातः श्रद्धा आवामहे. हम प्रातः काल श्रद्धा का आवाहन करते हैं. Very beautifully written that Shraddha is so important in our life that just like the body is naked without clothes, the soul is naked without Shraddha. We need faith. And this faith is required in achieving this, what is beyond the senses, beyond the perception. For what is perceptible, no faith is required. That is already known, is seen, is visible. What is unknown, in the existence of that there has to be faith. So now Shraddha fills him. If there is one prayer that one has to do to the Lord, then that prayer is Shraddha. Because if Shraddha is there, then Bhakti also will come. If Shraddha is not there, Bhakti also will be weak. Because existence of God only I doubt, where will devotion come? And if devotion doesn't come, surrender doesn't happen. Surrender doesn't happen, realization of the truth will not happen. So Shraddha so what is the definition of Shraddha in Tattvabodh? Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhyavadharana. In the Shastra as well as in the Guru, this is from Vivek Chudamani, sorry. In Tattvabodh it is Guru Vedanta Vakyadisu Vishwasaha Shraddha. So in the Guru as well as in the Shastra, Shraddha is very, very important. And it is not blind faith. Many people think Shraddha is blind faith. There is nothing called blind faith. There is only blind belief. That belief which is reinforced with conviction, that becomes Shraddha. That's Buddha's definition of faith. Belief reinforced with conviction is equal to faith. And how is that faith developed? How is that conviction developed? Through proper logical understanding as well as experiential proof. May not be in my life directly, but experiences of other people who have realized that in their own heart through their efforts. So through logical reasoning, proper logical reasoning. So it is not that okay, just because Shastra is saying I start believing. That is what many people think, that is Shraddha. But that is not the Shraddha that is referred to. If one has that explicit faith, yes, whatever Shastra is saying is true, and nobody can create a doubt in their mind, then that is blessed. That person is blessed. There is no problem at all. But most of the time we don't have that type of a faith. So we need logic. And Shastra gives the logic also. Why do we say that there is an existence of the higher worlds? Why do we say that the soul exists after life? Why do we say that God exists? There is a logical reasoning for all. We have to understand that logical reasoning and also see the experiential proof. Shastra will give both. So Shruti is the time-tested wisdom, Yukti is logic, and Anubhuti is the experience. If something is proved by all the three, it is truth. In our culture, that's what we consider as the valid proof of the truth. Shruti, Yukti, and Anubhuti. If it is not contradicted by any one, all the three point to the same thing, then it is truth. So in that, the Shraddha in the Shastra makes a person independent and the person starts walking the path. Shraddha in the Guru can help to bring the Shraddha in the Shastra. That what the Shastra is saying is true and the person walks independent. Will not be attached to the Guru, whatever, you know, all that what we discussed earlier, that those difficulties will not happen when we discuss Shanti Mantra. The focus will remain on the teaching and not get attached to the teacher. Even Shraddha in the teacher is actually Shraddha in the other three. Shraddha in teacher is not because the teacher is, there is some fascination for the teacher or the good qualities of the teacher. Shraddha in teacher actually is that the master is very well versed in the Shastra and established in Brahman. That is Shraddha in the teacher. Over. And through the teachings of that master, what the Shastra is saying is true, that there is an existence of higher reality and that I can walk the path and discover that reality. That is the Shraddha in the Guru. The Shraddha in the Guru will bring the other three. Shraddha in the Shastra, Shraddha in the Supreme Lord and Shraddha in the ability of mind to discover that goal. So here he is filled with Shraddha. See, it's very difficult to invoke Shraddha. And when we don't have Shraddha, spiritual path becomes very difficult to walk. Forget Shraddha, even the very small expression of that is trust. Trusting each other in day-to-day life, that trust only doesn't happen, forget having Shraddha in the existence of the Lord. How much does a person trust? A lot of insecurity in relationships happens because we don't trust each other. What they call today is trust deficit. We lack that trust in relationships, trust that this person will do this job, trust that the government will deliver, trust in so many aspects in day-to-day life where something is tangible, visible with that person, only trust is not there. And something which is invisible, to have faith in that can happen when we put that effort and we study. And this Nachiketa is a very, as we said, is a Uttamadhikari. Completely committed to the scripture, and look at his age, he is not even, he is between 8 and 11 years old, that is his age. Such a young mind, he is filled with Shraddha that what the Shastra is saying is true and my father is not doing according to that. And he will not get the result. That's the Shraddha. Shraddha is if Shastra says something, it will happen. And if I don't follow that process, I will not get that result. So here he says that Pituhu Hitakama Prayukta. With the motive that what will be good for my father, he started thinking Saha Amanyata. Now this is important. In this same mantra they have the word Shraddha and Amanyata. He started thinking. Shraddha is born out of proper thinking. As I said earlier, logical thinking. Two aspects are very important. One is Shraddha, one is Vivek in a human being. Only human being is capable of both this, Shraddha and Vivek. Discrimination and faith. Discrimination is born out of proper subtle thinking and that leads to faith. logical reasoning, discrimination, will lead to faith. That's why Vivek, Vairagya, then comes Sharka Sampatti, in which faith is there. But sometimes there are people who don't have that much of discrimination, but they have complete faith, intuitive faith. Like Mirabai did not have to sit and do all this discrimination and then develop Vairagya and then cultivate. She has explicit faith. There is no question about that. So either one should have Vivek, the faith born out of Vivek, or the faith which is by blessing of the Lord or by their own punya karma, whatever. They have complete faith that there is the Supreme Lord, that love for the Lord is there in their heart. And both these only a human being is capable of. Literally the one who believes only what he sees. What is that person called? That person is called Pashu. Who is a Pashu? Pashu means animal. Who is an animal? Animal is one who believes only what one sees. Actually, that definition is a very limited definition of an animal, because animal also has a capability to perceive what is not seen. So tsunami is going to come. These creatures will know. They will sense it. And they will start going to higher regions. Like that, they also have capabilities which are beyond perception. And what is the capability of human being? Is so much more. To see the oneness in the whole creation. To understand that all this what I am seeing is a play of my senses. The reality is something else. I am stuck with names and forms. The reality is something absolute. So to know that capability human being has. If I don't use Shraddha and Vivek, I am not living to the level of a human being. So what makes me human? Being human. Being human. What makes me human is not just human values. What makes me human is Shraddha and Vivek actually. If I don't use Shraddha and Vivek we don't mean the gross Vivek, that what to do, what not to do, where to, what to eat, what not to eat, what to wear, what not to wear. That's the gross Vivek, Sthula Vivek it is. That animal also is doing. Sukshma Vivek, what is temporary, what is permanent, what is self, what is not self. That is the Vivek that one has to do. So, Shraddha and Vivek. Our scriptures are also depicting this so beautifully in Puranic style. When we say that we are the children of Manu and Shatrupa. Manu and Shatrupa are supposed to be the Prajapati who have created this, who have taken this species ahead. Who is Manu? Manu is Manan Shilavan, one who does Vivek, one who thinks Manan, who does reflection, and Vivek is the result of that. And Shatrupa is Shraddha Rupa. We are born only from both these, Vivek and Shraddha. What a beautiful depiction. Manu and Shatrupa. We are children of Manu and Shatrupa. Meaning we are born with faith and Vivek. That capability is there in all of us. Only that we don't invoke it. We get bound by our senses. So pleasure becomes the goal of our life. Then Shraddha and Vivek become done. So here this Nachiketa is filled with Shraddha. He says, Arey, this father of mine, he is not doing the yajna as he is supposed to do, and then he will not get the result. So he starts thinking that what is written in the Shastra, what my father is doing, and now how do I help my father? He doesn't think of going and condemning him and criticizing him or anything. But he starts observing very keenly that what is my father doing? What is written in the Shastra? Is he doing that? So amanyata. So he is like fire. Now remember we said Nachiketa is like Agni. He follows the truth. One important fact to know is, in Vyavahara if I cannot be truthful, in Paramartha I cannot achieve truth. It is not possible. There has to be Satya at Vyavahar level, at transactional level, at day-to-day level. Then there will be Satya at Paramartha level, that I will realize my true nature. This is symbolized by Lord Shiva traveling on the bull. The Vahan of Lord Shiva is the bull, Nandi. Bull is the symbol of Dharma. Even in Bhagavad we have, the bull has 4 legs. In Satyuga the bull has 4 legs. Tapa, Yajna, Dana, Na. 4. So each Yuga one leg goes. So Kali Yuga the bull has only 1 leg. So bull is symbolic of Dharma. And truthfulness in speech, truthfulness in behavior, truthfulness in bhavana, sadbhavana, sadvichar, sadvani, sadvyavahar. If this is not there in vyavahar level, to realize Paramartha is not possible. Why it is not possible? Because only truth brings integrity in the personality. Body, mind, intellect will be united only when there is truth. If I speak something which is lies, then I know what is the truth, but I am speaking something else, and I am acting in some other way, then there is disintegration in the whole personality. Disintegration is what keeps me bound to samsara, because what causes disintegration is selfishness, ego. And Paramartha and ego, they don't go together. Ego is sense of finitude, Paramartha is infinity. How will they go together? So truth becomes very, very important. So much value our country has given to truth. But where do we follow that? What does our emblem say? National emblem. Satyameva Jayate. What is the next half of that? It is a mantra from an Upanishad. Which Upanishad? Satyameva Jayate. Do your homework, find out. Don't start quoting all the 11 Upanishads. That is one of these it will be. Find out, no, it is our emblem, we only don't know from where it has come. Satyameva Jayate. The next half of that is Na Anvritam. That's the line. The mantra is 4 lines, but that line is Satyameva Jayate Na Anvritam. Truth alone wins, not falsehood. So at Vyavahar level, if I compromise from truth, I become a weak personality. I feed the ego. Because why do we compromise? To protect some self-interest only we compromise. Some comfort I am bound to, so I compromise. And this tendency to compromise will not even get the result that we want. We compromise or not. It's very strange. In science, do you compromise? If we compromise in science, will we get the result? You say, no, 2 molecules of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen. I don't feel like mixing 2, I'll mix only 1. 1 molecule of hydrogen, 1 molecule of oxygen. Will water come? No. When we follow the law, we have to follow properly. No? 2 molecules and 1 molecule, we have to mix only that way. Then only that result will come. Every karma gives a particular result. And the Shastra has written, if you do the karma in this way, using this samagri, with this bhav, with this mantra, this will be the result. In that, compromise. How much compromise? When we do a puja also, half the material we won't have. And then we'll ask Pandit ji, ये नहीं है तो चलेगा क्या? वो नहीं है तो चलेगा क्या? Without this we do, is it okay? Without that we do, is it okay? And Bhagavan doesn't need anything. Result is required by you. Sakama karma, when it is done, then I have to do properly. So if I don't do that ritual properly, the result will not come. And sometimes the result will be opposite also. So like here he will say that he will go to he wants happiness, but he will go to the world which will give him misery. So this Nachiketa, he started thinking that my father is not following the truth. What is written in the Shastra? If that Vyavaharic truth he cannot follow, how will he get the result of what he wants? So I need to help my father. So he says Nachiketa is like fire. And what is the job of fire? One job of fire is to burn and destroy all that which is negative. It is called dahak. It will burn away. So a seeker is like that. Agni, literally very nice meaning of Agni. Agre nayati iti Agni. That which leads us is called Agni. So a leader actually can be called Agni, technically. Agre nayati iti Agni. A leader has to be like fire. Not that he goes on burning people, not in that sense. But one who will burn away all comfort, lethargy, compromise, and who is very, very bright and brilliant, uncompromising in the vision. That person is a leader. Agni is that which we lead from. So even when we do Agni Samskar, the soul is led by Agni. Agni becomes your, what we call it, transporter. Agni will lead you to the appropriate realm. That's why Agni Samskar is done. Agni is the one who takes the offering from the gross world and conveys it to the subtle world. Agni is the courier service of Devatas. So we offer ahutis, we offer it in the Agni. What does Agni do? Agni will destroy that, it seems so, that it will make it into ash, but actually Agni is conveying that to the Devatas. So whatever samagri is offered in the Havan, by chanting of the mantras, Agni is the one who takes the essence of all that and Devatas feed on that. The Gita when Bhagavan says, no, Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuva. That by this yajna, literally by yajna also and otherwise by our selflessness, we propitiate the Devatas. Devan bhavayatanena. With this yajna, with this daily, our duty it is actually to do Agnihotra and those kind of rituals. That will keep the Devatas healthy and strong. And then in turn they bless the person who is doing. Te deva bhavayantuva. There are people who are doing that. Very few people who are there, but they are doing Agnihotra daily even today. And there is documented evidence of how the environment around them has changed. Even literally, physically, the ozone layer has increased. The vegetation around them, the quality of the vegetables has changed. The environment has become so much more purified. There is one research, there is one video of one lady who is an Australian lady, and she does yajna and regularly, and how that thing has changed completely her entire environment, everything that it goes around on WhatsApp also. So Agni literally means that. And Nachiketa also means Agni. So Nachiketa also wants to lead his father to the result that his father wants. So he starts thinking that my father is compromising. So fire, it will burn what is our source of attachment. Fire will show the way, it will lead the way. And fire is that which will never be suppressed. So no amount of selfishness or desires can suppress this fire of truth in the heart of Nachiketa. So he starts thinking that my father is doing this yajna, he is compromising. He doesn't lose respect for his father, he doesn't look down upon his father. He starts thinking now how to help my father. Hitakamya, it said here. Pitur hitakama prayukta. Avivesha pravishtavati. Shraddha comes into him that what the Shastra is saying is true and my father is not following. So he starts thinking, how do I help him? Now what is the thing that he sees? When he sees his father doing his yajna, what is that which he sees from because of which he starts thinking all this? Ki, what kind of things my father is giving? That is the third mantra. Pitodaka jagdhatrina dugdhadoha nirindriyaha anandana te lokaha tan sagacchati tadadat. So this is the description of the cow, the first line. So dakshinartha gavaha visheshyante pitam udakam yabhihi ta pitodakaha. Who are pitodakaha? Those cows who have drunk all the water they can in their lives. Meaning they don't have the ability to even bend their neck and drink water. They have become so weak. Pita udaka. Gurudev used to say that they are so weak, so weak, so weak that they don't have energy to die also. That's how somehow they are living. Because if you have to drink water, you have to bend your neck and then you have to sip the water and then again lift the neck. If they do that, they may possibly collapse. Somehow they are surviving there. Pita udaka. They can't even drink water. So old they have become. Jagdatrina. Jagdam bhakshitam trinam yabhihi ta jagdatrinaha. They have eaten all the grass that they can. Now they don't have ability to chew. Obviously, they don't have ability to bend and drink water. Where will they have ability to pluck grass or eat grass and then chew that grass? It's jagdatrinaha. They have no digestive power also to be able to digest all that. Dugdha doha. All the milk has been milked out of them. So dugdha doha kshirakhyo yasam ta dugdha doha. Nirindriyaha. Their senses have become extremely weak. Aprajanana samartha jirna nishpala gava ityartha. They cannot give a calf. They are so old, they are so weak. Jirnaha gavaha nishpalaha. They will not give milk, they will not give calf, nothing is possible. Such cows. Yaha taha evam bhutaga ऋत्विभ्यो दक्षिणा बुद्ध्या ददत प्रयच्छन् अनंदा अनानंदाः असुखाः नाम इत्येतद्येते लोकाः तान् स यजमानो गच्छति. Now when he is giving these types of cows, where will this person go? He says, the Shastra says, Ananda namate lokaha तान् स गच्छति. To those worlds where there is no ananda at all, to those worlds where there is misery, there is sorrow, there is suffering, to those worlds the father will go. Tan sagacchati tadadat. Whoever gives this type of cows. So Shastra also has written very clearly what do you give, how do you give, what will be the result of that. Everything nicely documented, written down. So Nachiketa starts thinking that we are actually supposed to give up everything. Then this higher world is obtained where one will get enjoyment. Now see how the mind is. When we want something, so if I want a particular result for my enjoyment, should I not do what is required for it? But the tendency to compromise is such that even there the mind will compromise. Then what to talk about working selflessly and doing things for a higher purpose? There the impossible it is to even think of doing that. Here he is doing this for his own sake. He wants to enjoy the higher worlds. Ushan Hawaii. Now he wants to enjoy the higher worlds, but whatever it requires to be done, whatever that requires, he is not doing that. Why? Because the nature of selfishness is there will be some attachment, and that attachment will make us compromise. So now he is attached to whom? He is attached to his family, his own children, and he says that I will keep all the good things for them. Technically, he is supposed to give away everything. In Vishwajit sacrifice, actually, he need not even keep anything for the family because family is prarabdha, they will take care, they have to take care. And if required, keep some basic minimum then and give up everything. But here, now his attachment to his own family makes him compromise from the Shastra. That is what selfishness does. Selfishness takes us for granted. When we are selfish, we only take ourselves for granted. We cannot follow what is good for us and what is required for us. Even at a selfish level, what I need to become happy, that also I will not do properly. So many examples of that. We all want good health. And we know that exercise should be done. Good diet has to be followed. Proper sleep has to be done. But then what do? Our attachment to sleep. We don't get up in the morning. Don't do exercise. Our attachment to food. So we won't eat healthy food. Our attachment to maybe TV or internet or browsing or talking or something. And we will not sleep properly. So we want the result. For what do we want the result? For ourselves only. I want good health. I want prosperity. I want to live happily. But when it comes to doing actions which are required for that, there the human mind compromises. Why? Because that's where attachment comes in. So selfishness and attachment, they are actually our enemies. Where attachment is so strong sometimes that the attachment doesn't even allow me to fulfill my selfish objective. Forget doing selfless work. That too is somewhere else only. That's another level altogether. Even for my selfish reasons, I cannot be successful in what I want to achieve when there is a deep attachment. And the saddest part is I will not get the result. I may get the wrong result. So here he says he is doing this sacrifice for the sake of joy, to enjoy the pleasures of the heaven. And he is compromising in that. So now he is filled with this thought that how do I help my father? Because he is going the wrong way. Not only that he will not get his result, but he will go to those worlds where he will suffer. Ananda ramate lokaha. This is one important thing for a seeker to realize. When a seeker says that attitude of no compromise is there, that attitude of no compromise will make that seeker attain what one wants, even at a material level. So if I want something at the material level also, I have to live no compromise. Forget living righteousness, values, and purifying the mind and then realizing the absolute truth. That is a different, that requires so much more. But even at a material level, if I want something, I cannot be attached. A student who wants to get a particular, whatever percentage, and then he wants admission in a particular institution. Now if there is an attachment and there is a compromise in the preparation, in the effort, will the student get that? Swamiji, in today's world he will get. Because it is not by preparation. It is by what one does after examination that one gets. Not before examination. Go and bribe the teacher, go and bribe the principal, whatever. Then get it back. That's a compromise only. So what I want at my level for materialistic enjoyment also, if I have the attitude to compromise because of some attachment, I will not get it. Hence, the attitude of no compromise is so important. We generally speak about the attitude of no compromise only when we come to higher levels in spirituality. But actually, it is applicable everywhere. Whether it is health, whether it is relationship, whether it is studies, it is work. So, Nachiketa is filled with this Shraddha and he starts thinking, and now he starts wondering, how will my father, he is doing the wrong things. How will this father of mine get the result and how do I save him from the opposite result? Sakama karma has that limitation that if it is not done properly, sometimes it just does not give a result, but sometimes it will give harmful result. So there one has to be very, very careful. So now here when he starts thinking about this, so Amanyata, what does he do? He doesn't go and tell his father straight away that what you are doing is wrong and you should not do like this. Because he knows his father is aware of the Shastra. It is not that father doesn't know the Shastra. The father knows the Shastra, he has taught it to people also and he is living that. In spite of that, he is compromising. So now how to tell the father? Many times we wonder how to tell something to the boss where it is where we disagree with the boss. How to tell him? Learn from Nachiketa. Come to kathopanishad class, you will learn. He is telling his father, and what a polite way he is telling. And there also his father gets angry. You see the fourth mantra, what he says. Saho vacha itaram tata tasmai mam dasyasi iti dvitiyam tritiyam tanho vacha mrityavedva dadami iti. So yes, Sahovacha, he goes to his father and he says, Tadevam kratu asampatti nimittam pituhu anishtapalam maya putrena sata nivaraniyam atma pradhanena api kratu sampattim kritva iti evam matva pitaram upagamya sahovacha. See, very beautiful what is written here. He says, Kratu asampatti nimittam. Now the father has understood that this yajna, Kratu means the ritual. Asampatti nimittam. This is not going to get completed in the way in which it should be completed because the father has compromised. Now he is giving up only the old cows and such weak and dilapidated cows. Remember what we spoke about Dan. Is any of that followed here? We said the recipient must benefit. The person gives it out of joy. The person drops his attachment, I and mine. The person always has the respect for the person to whom the dhan is being given and gives it out of so much of love. None of that is followed here. So what will happen? Pituhu anishta phalam. My father will get anishta phalam. He will get a negative karma. So I am the putra. So he says, Maya putrena sata, because I am the son. Who is the son? Literally the word putra means Pum nama narakat trayate iti putra. Same is the etymology for putri also. Who are the children basically? Son or daughter, whoever it is. Children are those who will save the parents from going to hell. Pum nama narakat trayate iti putra or putri. How? In this context, it means that when the parent departs, the Antyeshti karma, the Shraddha karma, all that one does, the Tarpan, the Shraddha, the Pindadam, the Tarpan, all that one does, that will ensure that the parent gets the appropriate body and goes to the higher worlds. See what a beautiful way our culture is. It is not possible to repay the debt to the parents because the amount of pain that the parents go through to produce the child, to bring up the child, and to make the child what the to live, the ability to live and be successful, all that, how much the effort parent goes through, that is not possible to repay the debt of the parents. Matraran, Pitraran and all cannot be repaid at all. But our Shastra gives one opportunity that parents gave you a physical body, they gave samskar, they gave knowledge, wealth, everything. Now you do this ritual that when they have dropped their body, they will get another higher, they will get a body to proceed ahead in their journey. By their karma, they will anyway get. It will take whatever time and by their karma they will anyway get. But here is an opportunity for me to speed up that process and also to offer my gratitude and my duty. That Pindadam is done for that. And so through all those rituals, Shraddha Karma, Tarpan, Pindadan, all that Dam, all that when it is done, Brahman Bhoja, all this when it is done, then that children are protecting the parents. That is after departing. While living, how the children will protect them? By taking care of them definitely in their old age, by ensuring that they are not abandoned, they are not left alone, they don't suffer. All that is the duty of the children. So here the Nachiketa, he says, I am the son and my father is doing something wrong and he will get the wrong result of that, he will get a negative karma, so I have to save him. So he says, Putrena sata nivaraniyam atma pradhanena. He says, I have to sacrifice myself. That is the thinking, you see. I have to do something whereby my father is saved. Atma pradhanena. Why does he say Atma pradhanena? Because when somebody is compromising, they are already functioning out of the ego and selfishness and attachment. If you go and tell them that what you are doing is wrong, what will be their natural reaction? They will get provoked only. They may get angry, they may fire you, they may kick you, reject you, anything can happen. Even in the world we see that or not. Nowadays the term is whistleblower. One who blows the whistle, is he treated very respectfully? That a person who gets exposed, that fellow gets fully behind this man. So here it is the son and the father relationship. So he says, even if I have to sacrifice my peace, in that sense that my father may get angry with me, and I have to save him. Atma pradhanena. Kratu sampatti kratveva evam matva pitaram upagamya sa hovacha. Pitaram he tata kasmai ritvik visheshaya dakshinartham mam dasyasi. Now he thinks that in this sacrifice he is supposed to give up everything. See, this is the way to approach and tell also. It is not that he has to tell the father what you are doing is wrong. Don't compromise. No. He tells in a very polite and a sattvic way. He says, to whom will you give me? Kasmai mam dasyasi. What does that question mean? To whom will you give me? First, it means that whatever belongs to you, all that wealth you have to give. I also belong to you. You are saving all this wealth for me, but I also belong to you, so technically you are supposed to give away everything. So whom will you give me? Now, If he is asking this to the father, it hits him straight away. First time he thinks that, okay, what this child is simply asking, in between this ritual, whom will you give me? But then, dvitiyam, tritiyam, tanam bhavacha. Second time and third time also he asks, whom will you give me? Then the father understands that this is not out of some immaturity that he is talking. So he says, Eva muktena pitropekshamaanopi dvitiyam tritiyam api uvacha kasmai mam dasyasi iti. Thrice he asked the same thing, to whom will you give me, to whom will you give me? Other meaning of this is, I am also your wealth. You are supposed to give away everything. So whom will you give me? Na ayam kumara swabhava iti kruddha san. The father said, this is not an immature behavior. He is consciously asking. Because Nachiketa has also studied the Shastra. And he is pointing out to his father, to whom will you give me? You just look at his connection and his thinking. He has not pointed out the fault of his father explicitly, but he has pointed it out very clearly. That this is what we are supposed to do. So now whom will you give me? So the father gets very angry. Kruddha's son. And this Krodha is why? Krodha is because of three things. Krodha is a symbol. What is Krodha? Krodha is expression of ego, selfishness and agitation. Inner agitation, fire. His ego has been hurt. How can my son talk to me like this? He is not talking disrespectfully, but he is very firm. Whom will you give me? So he says, I am the elder one, I am the superior one, he is only my son, that is the ego. Why is my son telling me to do what? I know what I am supposed to do. Generally we don't get angry like that, we get angry now. Why are you telling me? I know what to do. Don't tell me. An ego. If the focus remains on the issue and not on who is superior and who is inferior, then that ego is not there. Otherwise most of the time ego only plays. So the father has got angry, ego. Selfishness, definitely, because of selfishness he has compromised, and when that compromise is shown to him, then all the more he is getting hurt. When we compromise, if somebody points out that compromise to us, what should we be? What should be our attitude? Accept it. Yes, sorry, made a mistake. Not, I won't compromise. Because Bhagwan and nature is giving that opportunity to rectify. By somebody telling me, look, you are compromising, don't do this. If I am a sadhak, what will I do? I will take it in my stride, saying, yes, this is true, I am compromising, I should not do that. Bhagwan is trying to guide me back onto the path of dharma. So, selfishness, ego, selfishness and inner agitation. Because of both these, so much of agitation inside. That is a fire of agitation. So Nachiketa is a fire of truth and his father is a fire of agitation. Two fires are meeting. But the quality of both of them are very different. So now he says, Mrityave. Pita Tamha Putram Kila Uvacha. He told his son what? Mrityave Vaivasvataya Tva Tvam Dadami Iti. I will give you to death. Just imagine the agitation in the mind of the father, that the father is so angry, he says, I will give you to death. Don't we say sometimes, Ja, mari ja. Basically you are telling that person, go away from there. But that anger is so much, what do we say? Mari ja, mari ja. You go to hell. Now in our yuga, we don't bother. We don't actually say, okay, he's told me to go to hell, so now I have to go to hell. We say, okay, this person is angry now. We get angry with that person, we get upset, and then after some time again we go over. But in Nachiketa is not like that. And that time the yuga is also not like that. And the power of the word is so much, which is given. So now what happens next we'll see. In our next session, which is It is 13 to 18. Right. See, those, whatever he is having, if he is supposed to give up everything, so if he is giving, so bad cows can be left to the in the forest, or the bad cows can be kept in a place where he can give the money to somebody, that just keep taking care of them. There's nothing. That's technically that's what he should do. No? Suppose he is giving 100 cows to one Brahman. Along with that, he gives some wealth also. By you please take care of these cows till they drop their bodies. That's how has to be done. Leaving them in a forest also is not correct actually, because they are so weak they can't defend themselves. So that is wrong thing. Actually, they are supposed to do this, that they take care. How they would have taken care if they are not doing Ishwari sacrifice? They would have taken care of the cow by feeding the cow. That's all they have to do. Another option is tell the children, now you maintain. You keep the money for that, maintain. Of course, that is the right way to read. No Sanskrit. Language is not more important. Whatever invokes devotion, that is important. But if you read the Sanskrit, it will put the samskar in the mind, and the meaning of those words is much more deeper in Sanskrit. The implications, like Shraddha, how much implication that word has, and that word faith is so limited. So if I know Sanskrit and if I am able to use that and I use it for my contemplation, then that's great. Otherwise, at least read the translation and let the devotion get invoked, and then come back to the Sanskrit part.
Swami, the father knew the Shastra, so he knew if he didn't do it correctly, that he wouldn't benefit. Then why?
That's the problem. The ego is that which makes us compromise, because what made him compromise is his children and his family. He said, I need to give this to my family. The best I will retain for my family.
So, but he knows he's not going back, he'll go to hell probably to do this. And
Which is what it is. Now, we all know cigarette smoking is going to destroy us, but we still drink cigarette. We all know that sleeping till late in the morning is going to destroy us, but we still, because our attachment makes us not live the knowledge. In the Gita, we have that, how the knowledge is covered by selfish desires. 3 types of covering they have given on that. It's like that. Our knowledge get eclipsed, even though we know. All of us know that to get angry is not good for us, but we still get angry. The result is known. Knowledge is all there, but attachment makes us compromise. So that's the power of attachment, which will draw me away from truth. That's how it is.
So it's basically asakti and the ego that completely blinds you. Even before you put this by somebody, is it possible?
Of course, you can buy Akhandanandaji's books are available. Satyahitya Prakashan Trust is there. In Vipul building in Malabar Hill.
What is the name of
Kathopanishad.
Kathopanishad? By Akhandananda?
Swami Akhandananda Saraswati.
Whatever we are trying to do in this yuga, maybe that for all efforts of liberation may not take place. But as we said, Guru blesses the liberation can take place within and that's
See, that is to have Shraddha in the Guru. No Guru will bless the student and make that student realize. Because the ignorance is in the student. And the effort has to be put by the student. The Guru can bless the student to maybe have a glimpse, like Ramakrishna can touch Vivekananda, and Vivekananda is an adhikari that he goes into Samadhi for a few moments, few days, and then he comes back. But then Ramakrishna cannot keep him there in that state all the time, because ignorance is in his heart and that has to be dispelled. So the Guru can give the knowledge. Guru can provide the right environment, the guidance, the protection, and warn the disciple, don't do this, all that. But the entire effort has to be by the disciple. Then the grace of the Lord, grace of the Sadguru who is realized will also flow through that person and the person will realize. That's why it says Mannatha Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru. With that faith when one does it, Tattva Jnanat Param Nasti. One has to follow Tattva Jnana and Brahma Vidya has to arise in my heart. Have Shraddha that if I am doing what I am supposed to do, grace of the Lord and Sadguru will take me across. Don't feel that it is not possible in this human life.
You said that the Guru is a symbol of the exile.
No. Tapa means meditation. Sorry, Dhyan. Dhyan is the first. Tapa is next. Yajna is third. And Dan is fourth.
I think but before we for 4 legs of the tower, bhakti was there, something of that sort.
No, not bhakti was only that. That is bhakti becomes a cow and goes. That is a different meaning. That's a different context actually. Bhakti Mata becomes a cow and goes to Bhagwan and says that please protect me from this asuras and I'm not able to bear the weight and all that. That's a different story. Here, a strange sight is seen. But a bull with one leg is seen. So, what is the meaning of that? So, in that context, it is explained that in Kali Yuga there was a bull with one leg that they saw, and so then the explanation is given. In Satyuga it was 4, then Treta Yuga 3, then Dwapar Yuga 2, and means Dharma has these 4. So, it's not physically only, literally that all the bulls in Kali Yuga will have only one leg. No. As a symbolism that this is what is going to happen. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari